wasn't going there. JK Quinn here. It's time to read the first fanfiction. Just let me put on my glasses so I can actually read the screen. We're going chronologically from my very first fanfiction, which is a Naruto fanfiction called The New Kid. Summary says, Gaara's the new kid at Konoha Ninja Academy for boys. What can happen after practice? Gaara x Sasuke. Oh, no. I have not read any of my fanfics in years. Probably not since I wrote them. So I literally don't know what's in here. So if I stop to laugh or keep reading while I'm laughing, you can understand why. Let's start. The New Kid. So the next one is mine. If I'm going to make him really mine, he needs to trust me. The raven-haired boy chuckled. He couldn't wait for the next newbie. At Konoha Ninja Academy for boys, when there's a new kid, someone gets to fuck him in the don't see girls for years at a time, so I don't blame them for being horny. I think that's supposed to say someone gets to fuck him in the locker room since they don't see girls for years at a time. So I don't blame them for being horny. Something like that. After so long, there's finally a new boy. Sabaku no Gaara. If I'm gonna have him, I need to gain his trust. Sasuke walked over to Gaara. You new here? Yes. Sasuke chuckled. Gaara, as shy as he was. I'm Uchiha Sasuke. What's your name? Sabaku no Gaara. Gaara, huh? Well, Gaara, if you want to make it in the school, you need a guide. A friend. What do you say? Thanks, Uchiha. Come on, I'll take you to your first class. Who do you have? As Sasuke turned away from Gaara, he chuckled to himself. Gaara will be his. Gaara's first day was going really good. He couldn't wait for the ninjutsu practice class. He and Sasuke shared all the same classes too, by the way. Wow, that's so fucking convenient. Gaara was extraordinary. Not only did he pass the day with flying colors, but he even had his own jutsu. His day was going more perfect than any first day ever could, but you could clearly see the look of pure terror when Iruka-sensei yelled, "Hit the showers!" Showers, Gaara stuttered. All the boys walked in the locker room, took off all of their clothes, and walked into the hot, steamy showers, got all wet and sudsy. God, my mind is so dirty. Literally, that's there in parentheses. God, my mind is so dirty. With an exclamation point. So, God, my mind is so dirty. Oh, God. As Gaara walked into the showers, Naruto yelled, "Hey, newbie!" He turned and Kiba yelled, "Don't drop the soap!" Gaara blushed a shade of red, even darker than his spiky hair. Gaara! He looked towards the back. There was his new raven-haired friend. Gaara began to walk to the back. Gee, I wonder if he's walking to the back. Don't worry about them, Gaara. They like to mess with the newbies. Sasuke's kind words, fragrant soap and warm water made him relax. There's not even an ending fucking... There's not even an end quotation mark at the end of the quote. Sasuke's kind words, fragrant soap, and the warm water made him relax. And drop his soap. Of course, my first fanfiction involves dropping the soap. Gaara bent over to pick up his soap, and Sasuke slammed his hard cock into his ass. Always use preparation, kids, because outside of the fanfic world, that would hurt like a bitch. Of course, I only wanted you to relax, Sasuke whispered into his ear. Gaara's erection had strangely become so hard so quick, but Sasuke only thought of it as only a chance at the time. Sasuke slammed his hard cock into Gaara's hole while bumping away at Gaara's cock. Gaara didn't tense up, his hole didn't contract. The other things Gaara did were moaning, gasping, and calling out Sasuke's name. Everyone turned and gasped. Gaara was enjoying it. He was gay. Suddenly, Gaara's members erupted. Sasuke's into Gaara, Gaara onto Sasuke's hand, their pale legs dripping with soap, water, and semen. Once more did Gaara's face blush deeper than his hair. Sasuke blushed, too. They both had feelings for each other. It turned out they shared a room, just the two of them. Of course they're fucking roommates, yeah. After all the classes were done, Sasuke and Gaara got back to the room and sat on their separate beds and awkwardly stared at one another for a few minutes. When their eyes met, a deep crimson graced their faces. I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually a lot worse writer than this now. Gaara stumbled. He just couldn't find the words. Gaara walked over to Sasuke and lovingly caressed Sasuke's face, turning him a deeper shade of crimson. Look, Sasuke started, but Gaara brought his finger up to Sasuke's lips and quickly silenced him. Gaara slowly removed his finger and leaned in for a kiss. As soon as the redhead's lips touched Sasuke's, they each felt a sudden jolt of ecstasy. Of course they did. Sasuke loved Gaara's soft lips. He thought he'd never feel them again. He soon felt Gaara's pale white hands tugging and pulling at his equally white shirt. Gaara slipped it off with ease and tweaked at Sasuke's hard nipples. This caused Sasuke to gasp, and Gaara slipped his warm, wet muscle into Sasuke's mouth. I mean his tongue, you silly fangirl. Also in parentheses, I mean his tongue, you silly fangirl. Their tongues clashed for a few moments until Sasuke leaned further forward, attempting to deepen the kiss, knocking them both to the floor. Sasuke felt a sudden jolt between his legs. He looked down to see a painfully large bulge in his dark school pants. I wonder what it is. Maybe there's an ermine in his pants, chewing at his nuts. He looked over to Gaara's. It seemed that Gaara's pants were going to split at the seams. Sasuke quickly and almost expertly removed Gaara's pants and boxers and stared at Gaara's throbbing cock. It was a cock, not an ermine. He went to reach for it, but Gaara pushed Sasuke's hands aside and tore off Sasuke's pants and boxers, revealing his pulsing member. Again, not an ermine. It's a dick. So, you feel the same about me, huh? Gaara questioned. Sasuke blushed a deeper shade of red than Gaara's hair. And it's then as in, he did this, then that, not deeper shade of red than Gaara's hair. Looks painful. Let me help you with it, Sasuke. Gaara began to massage and rub it, soft at first, then quick and fierce. In a flash, Gaara removed his hands and used his mouth. Sasuke began to moan and gasp as he watched a blur of fiery hair dive onto his hard heat. Hard heat, really? Really 12-year-old me? Really? Gaara! Sasuke's vision began to blur and fuzz. I'm going to add now that when it comes to orgasms in these fanfics, they're really unrealistic how they happen, because I had literally at this point never had an orgasm. I'd only ever read fanfictions. I'm gonna come. The redhead ignored the warnings of his onyx-haired lover and kept diving on his hard heat. Why am I calling it hard heat? At least I removed all the things of prectum instead of pre-cum. I'm really fucking stupid that way. He began to pull on Gaara's hair. Gaara, Sasuke gave one last long, hard pull on Gaara's hair, and the rest of him froze. Sasuke's vision cleared just in time to watch Gaara swallow the last of his seed. You swallowed it. All of it. Gaara licked his lips. Sasuke's eyes widened, and he turned towards the bed to find his shirt. Gaara pressed Sasuke against the side of his bed and stuck his fingers into Sasuke's mouth. Sasuke quickly forgot all about his cum and lovingly sucked on Gaara's fingers for a few moments. When Gaara removed them, Sasuke whined in sadness, but soon felt something probing his hole. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gar had put his wet fingers into Sasuke's hole, starting with his pointer finger sliding in and out, adding fingers, scissoring, and trying so hard to rub Sasuke's sweet spot. Gar rubbed his fingers against Sasuke's prostate, and Sasuke received a huge erection. He didn't get a huge erection, he received one. That's important, kiddies. He received an erection. Gaara, what did you... I need you to take a deep breath and relax, Gaara said while pulling out his fingers. Sasuke took in a deep breath, and Gaara took out his long-neglected cock and entered him, with Sasuke almost weeping as he did so. I want you to feel what I did, Gaara whispered into Sasuke's ear. Sasuke blushed once more, and Gaara placed his left hand on his onyx-haired lover's pale cheeks, and his right reached around to grab his member. What? Sasuke started. I told you. I want you to feel what I did. The thrusting of his fire-haired lover and the pumping of his hands started a festival of moans and gasps from Sasuke. A whole fucking festival! Sasuke, I need to hear you moan my name. He heard a faint whisper, but it wasn't good enough. Sorry, what was that? Gaara. One more time. Gaara had to hear it one more time because in a few minutes he was gonna come. Just not in a moment, just in a few minutes. Gaara! Gaara then yelled out, Sasuke! And they both came. Gaara came first, shortly followed by Sasuke. Gaara's pure white seed draped while Sasuke's blasted onto the carpet. God damn! It fucking blasted onto the carpet like a fucking super soaker? God damn, Sasuke! The fuck? Gaara began to... I'm sorry. Gaara began to lick off the cum from his hand, and he pulled out and sat next to his raven-haired lover. Uchiha, your cum is so good. Maybe tomorrow night I can try yours. Tomorrow night? Is he... He searched his lover's face for any trace of a joke. None. A light blush graced the face of the teen from Suna. Oh, fuck! Gaara snapped out of his trance. What's wrong, snapped out of his trance. What's wrong, Sasuke? They're gonna kill us when they see this carpet. Gaara chuckled. Can we worry about that later? Oh, God. Thanks, 12-year-old me. I really, really needed that laugh, I guess. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm a lot less embarrassed than I thought I was going to. I do feel a little disgusted for blasting cum like a super soaker onto the carpet of their dorm room. Not a trickle, not a shot, literally blasting. That's the image that will stay with me forever. I hope you're all disturbed as I am. If you're aroused, then good for you. I'll probably post a link to my fanfiction account and my archive of our own. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna post them either way, but I'd really appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.